Probably the worst symptom that people describe when they're having protracted withdrawal injury from benzodiazepines is restlessness and akathisia. And the way this is described in my practice, it's kind of on this spectrum. At the mild to moderate levels, what I've heard this being described as is this feeling of never being able to get comfortable, never being able to relax. You try and lie down and you close your eyes, and it's as if you've drunk like 10 Coca-Cola sodas, caffeinated beverages. Your mind is just awake and you feel like that all the time. And obviously it's really difficult to sleep. People describe things like even within their body that they're feeling kind of like this movement in there, this restlessness, like there's this engine inside of their chest that's just like revving and it's making them so uncomfortable. Now this is kind of like a spectrum. That's awful, but that's what it's like on the more mild to moderate sides. But then it reaches a point when it tips over and becomes full-blown akathisia. It's Greek for the inability to sit still. And when you say that to medical professionals, they think about pacing. It's when that restlessness and that discomfort gets to a level where you're so keyed up and unable to relax that you start to move. And really what happens to these people is they start to pace in circles and they cannot stop. And there is something about that movement, even though it's so distressing, and sometimes it goes on for something like 10 miles a day, that while they're in motion, those internal feelings of agitation and distress get a little bit better. That's what seems to be driving that pacing. That's really what restlessness and akathisia is in protracted withdrawal injury. I get asked all the time, how do I really treat this condition? The first thing I'll say is the most important variable is time. The more time you have off the drug, the more recovery is going to take place. But the next things you want to look for is other drugs that you may be on that make it worse. I tend to look at the stimulating drugs or drugs that directly cause akathisia. I'm looking at antipsychotics very closely. They can directly cause that, or they can aggravate the protracted withdrawal injury and make it worse. So if someone's on an antipsychotic, I'm going to stop it. If someone's on a stimulating antidepressant like Wellbutrin, I'll stop that. I'll experiment with lowering SSRI medications to see if that gets rid of some of that agitation. I ask people to stop using nicotine. I ask people to stop using caffeine. I do everything I can to reduce that load of excitation on the body. And usually you can actually make a fairly big impact with making those interventions. In the most extreme cases, when people become suicidal because of this, we have used medications such as opiates, morphine, fentanyl, oxycodone, but it's all kind of palliative. It's just helping people get through the day, following that same philosophy that the more time you make it through this, the more likely it is to recover. Does that sound accurate to you? Is there anything else you want to add to it? If so, please let me know in the comments below.